We're here at 55 St. James Place, just southeast of Chatham Square on the eastern edge of Manhattan's Chinatown. This is one of the 3 remaining Sephardic Jewish cemeteries here on Manhattan Island. In 1654, 23 Jews arrive here in New Amsterdam. These were Sephardic Jews, which means their ancestors came from Spain. They were forced out of Spain because of religious persecution. Some of them moved to the Dutch colony in what is now Brazil. When that colony is taken over by the Portuguese, these Jews relocate to New Amsterdam. Stuyvesant doesn't want them. He orders them to leave. But the directors in Amsterdam contradict him. They write to Stuyvesant about this, and I quote, "They," meaning the Jews, "may quietly and peacefully carry on their business as before and exercise in all quietness their religion within their houses."
The Dutch, going back to the 16th century, when they were fighting the war with Spain, decided that there would be no intolerance of other religious groups. And when we talk about intolerance, then we're talking about persecution. We're talking about forcing people to repent upon pain of torture and death. The Dutch said that we will never do this again, this will never be done, and people will be free to believe in whatever they wanted. This is freedom of conscience. So everyone in New Netherland had freedom of conscience.
That meant you could practice Catholicism, you could be a Jew, you could be a Quaker, whatever you wanted in the privacy of your home. But it was only the Dutch Reformed Church who could actually build a public house of worship. Some of the colonists felt this individual freedom of consciousness didn't go far enough. They wanted to, as we would say today, push the envelope. For example, the Lutherans sent for a minister from Europe. He arrives, Stuyvesant is furious, and he sends them back. The Quakers arrive, intending to settle in Manhattan. Stuyvesant is furious. He exiles them to Long Island, to the town of Flushing in today's modern borough of Queens. The Quakers immediately try to organize a meeting. Remember, in Quakerism, a meeting is their version of a religious service. One of those organizers was a fellow named James Hodgson. Stuyvesant is furious. He sends out his soldiers to Flushing. They rough up Hodgson. Well, the people in Flushing won't have this. Stuyvesant has overstepped his boundaries. They file a complaint. They lodge a list of grievances with the directors in Amsterdam, and amazingly, the directors rule in their favor. That list of grievances we call today the Flushing Remonstrance. Many of us know it's one of the roots of religious freedom here in America, but few of us realize it's also an excellent example that back then, unlike their European neighbors, under the Dutch system, dissent was part of the political process.